guys, TAFHD here and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be unboxing and setting up the Corsair Vengeance RGB Pro DDR4 RAM. I've got 16GB of it, so that's two 8GB sticks, and the speed is 3200 MHz. So there's a picture of the RAM on the front here. We've got the branding. It says that it can be controlled by Corsair Q. It's also Intel XMP certified. But on the back it says that we can use Asus Aura Sync, Gigabyte RGB Fusion and MSI Mystic Lighting, and today I'm going to use Mystic Lighting because I have an MSI motherboard that supports it. And up here we've just got some information about it. You can pause and read that if you want, but I'm not going to read that today. Okay, so I've just torn the seal on the top, so now we can open it. And now we can pull out the RAM. It's in a little plastic tray. Out it comes. Nothing else in this bit, so we can move that to the side. And then the RAM is in some plastic here, so if I can find out how to open it, it's at this corner. You need two hands for this, and then just open it up, and it looks like I have it upside down, not that that matters. And there is the RAM in here. So okay, we can take the RAM out of here now, careful not to touch the gold contacts on the bottom. There is one of the 8GB DIMMs, put that to the side. Then we can get the other one out here if we are careful. Okay, here's the second one. And this looks like quite good quality on the top here. That is where the RGB is going to shine through. So if you saw my last video, you'd know that this will be going in the CEX gaming PC. This is one of a few upgrades that I'm going to be doing. So we're going to be going from 8GB of Corsair Value RAM to 16GB of Corsair Vengeance. So now I'll just get the PC over to the desk and then we will perform this upgrade. Okay, so here's the PC. I've just taken the graphics card out to make this a bit easier. So first off we need to remove the old RAM. It's probably quite hard to see on there because of how small it is, but it's in DIMM 2 and DIMM 4, so that's where we're going to put the new RAM today. So of course we need to open up the slot, and then gently just take it out and put it somewhere safe for later. I'm going to do that with the other stick too. Now I'm going to get one of the new sticks here. I'm going to make sure I line this up the correct way, because there is only one way that this will fit, because one side of these pins is longer than the other. So I believe it needs to go in this way, with the slightly shorter side facing downwards. So let's try and install that now. Once it's in correctly, it should click into place. Okay, that's stick 1 in, and that clicked, so we know it's in correctly. And here's stick 2, we're going to put that into DIMM 4. So of course, again, we're going to line it up, and then evenly put weight on it. Okay, so now both of those have clicked into place. Now we've put those two RAM sticks in, I'm going to put the graphics card back in, plug the PC in and see if this works. Okay, I've plugged the PC in now, and I'm going to turn it on for the first time with this RAM in it. I'll just make sure that the power supply is turned on. Okay, the power supply is on now, let's try this. Now, there we go, the RAM is lighting up. As you can see in there, the RAM is changing colours nicely. I believe there are 10 RGB lights on each module. Okay, so since this is new RAM, I'm just getting a message here in the BIOS saying that devices change CPU or memory, or CMOS has been cleared. Please enter setup to do something. It's kind of cut off. So let's press F1 and do setup and see exactly what happens. Okay, so now we're in the BIOS. Let's see if it recognises our memory. Okay, it knows it's Corsair. As you can see there, it knows that there is Corsair RAM and it's DDR4, but the clock speed of that does not seem correct. Sorry about that, the monitor decided to break, and as well, you know how it said that the RAM was only running at 2800 MHz? Well, I had to put the XMP Profile 2 on, and now that has made it run at 3200. So if we open Task Manager now on my computer, sorry about this angle, I know it's not very good, but if we look at memory here, it says 3200. Whoops, I'll just zoom in on that. So you can see it says 3200 megahertz, 2 of 4 slots used, and it also says that we have 13.6 gigabytes available right now, and in use is 2, and that makes round about 16, so all the RAM indeed is showing up. So now we know that the RAM shows up. Now inside of Mystic Light we can see RAM is selected and it knows that it is Corsair Vengeance RGB Pro. So right now it's on Rainbow, which is the default, but we can choose any of these colour options here. I'm just going to go for a steady colour, then we can choose anything. Let's go with green, and we can have the brightness however we want. Let's leave that on full brightness. Now if we click apply, instantly they have changed colour. Now they've gone white because I actually moved this arrow up here, so if we put that right down into the green, now click apply. If we take a look at the RAM, we can see it has gone green. It kind of looks yellow on the camera, but that is green, and we can see the 10 RGB lights inside of there on the camera, but in real life it just looks like all one steady colour. Okay, so we've correctly set up the RAM now, and I know how to control it inside of Mystic Light, and of course you can use other software as well, but that's just my choice to use that because it's easy, so I can control it with the motherboard too. So I think that's everything for this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.